Football tactics, they're in the middle of a massive, massive revolution. You see, the old ways, the rigid systems, they're being torn down and replaced by this new hybrid model. And we're about to break down exactly how it all works. And this right here, this sentence just perfectly captures what this is all about. The era of being a one-trick pony, tiki-taka just for the sake of it, or parking the bus no matter what, that's all over. To win now, you've got to be everything, all at once. So who's leading this charge? Well, we're focusing on three managers: Hansi Flick at Barcelona, Luis Enrique at PSG, and Thiago Motta at Juventus. But really, calling them coaches doesn't quite do it justice. They're more like alchemists, turning these old ideas into tactical gold. Let's take a look at their formulas. Okay, first up, Hansi Flick. He's got this monumental task of reshaping the very DNA of Barcelona without, losing its soul. What he's doing is injecting pure German-engineered chaos right into the heart of patient, possession-based football. I mean, just look at this contrast. It is night and day, right? The old Barca was all about that slow, horizontal passing game, patience. Flick's Barcelona, it's about vertical violence. It's about pure acceleration. Possession isn't the goal anymore. It's the bait for a lightning-fast strike. And the result of this radical shift in thinking? Well, it gets you this number: a staggering 25% increase. But you're probably wondering, an increase in what exactly? That's a 25% jump in expected goals, which is just a fancy way of measuring how good your scoring chances are. And this shows it's not just chaos for the sake of chaos. It's organized. It's triggered the very second the other team gets pulled out of position, turning that moment of possession into an immediate, brutal attack into the space they just left behind. And on the defensive side of the ball, Flick is doing something, well, it's truly audacious. It's called the ligne de la mort, or the line of death. It's this terrifyingly high defensive line that plays right on the edge, using the offside trap not just to defend, but as an aggressive weapon to win the ball back. You want proof that it works? Look at this number, 181. That's how many offsides Barcelona has managed to provoke. Now, it's a super high-risk, high-reward strategy, and it relies on almost robotic timing from the defenders. It's a real tightrope walk. Okay, so let's switch gears. From Flick's controlled chaos, we move to our second alchemist, Luis Enrique at PSG. Now, if Flick uses possession as bait, Enrique has turned it into a weapon, a kind of slow-acting poison that just suffocates the other team. His whole philosophy is fundamentally different. It's not about keeping the ball just to rest or to pass it around. No. The idea is to pin the opponent deep in their own half, force them into this nervous, compact little shell, and just slowly, methodically drain their will to defend. And then, boom, one killer blow. So how does he do it? It's basically this three-step process. First, PSG sets up in a 3-2-5 shape to totally dominate the midfield. Second, they just lull you to sleep with dozens of slow, sideways passes. It's almost hypnotic. And then, when you least expect it, they unleash one single vertical pass that slices through the defense. And the defining feature of this whole methodical approach is just how safe it is. Only 7%, that's PSG's rate of ball loss under Enrique, the lowest of any of these top-tier teams. This isn't passive play, it's predatory. And that's the key to understanding their patience. It's not about just sitting back and waiting for something to happen. It's an active, stalking patience. They're manufacturing the perfect moment to strike, all while giving the opponent absolutely no chance to hit them on the counter. All right, that brings us to our third and maybe the most radical alchemist of them all, Thiago Motta. Over at his Juventus, he's not just tweaking tactics. He's trying to completely dissolve the very idea of fixed positions on a football pitch. And this quote, this just says everything you need to know about his philosophy. The number on a player's back, whether you're a number 4, a 6, or a 9, it's just a starting point. It doesn't lock you into one job on the field. So what does that actually look like in a real game? It means that if a defender sees an open space to attack, they become a playmaker. If a forward drops deep into the midfield, another midfielder surges forward to fill that striker role. He's creating what you can only really describe as gaseous fluidity, where everyone's job is constantly shifting based on what the game needs in that exact second. Now, for any of this to work, his players have to develop this pretty incredible skill that Motta calls tactical empathy. He runs training sessions with no fixed positions, so players learn to read each other's body language, to anticipate where a teammate is going to move, and to instinctively rotate to cover the space they left behind. And the result of all this total fluidity, you get this. 52, an average of 52 positional rotations every single match. That's the highest of our three coaches, and it's clear proof that on Motta's team, any player really can be anywhere at any time. So let's recap. We've got Flick's vertical chaos, Enrique's poisonous patience, and Motta's gaseous fluidity. I mean, these are three wildly different ways of looking at the game, but they are all built on one single shared truth. This is the key. This is the secret sauce. Underneath all that creative freedom, all that tactical innovation, is an unwavering, ironclad commitment to defensive structure. That solid foundation is what gives them the license to go out and experiment, to be unpredictable, and to attack with total liberty. And when you put the data side by side like this, you can really see the different trade-offs. Flick is all about pure speed, but that comes with high risk. Enrique is the complete opposite. Patient, with way fewer rotations and the lowest risk imaginable. And then there's Motta, moderate on risk, but leading everyone with a mind-boggling 52 rotations per match. So in the end, each system delivers a different kind of perfection. You want the most explosive attack? You look to Flick and his massive expected goals numbers. You want to eliminate mistakes and never lose the ball? That's Enrique. And if you want the tightest, most impenetrable defense, you go with Motta, whose system gives up the fewest good chances. Three totally distinct paths to victory. So you know what, these three guys, they have really defined the cutting edge of football for 2026. They are the prophets of speed, patience, and fluidity. But this revolution, it is far from over. Which, of course, poses the next big question, right? If these three are the standard bearers, who's the fourth architect? Who's out there right now cooking up the next great tactical leap forward? And what's their alchemy going to look like? What new blend of chaos or control or fluidity is about to emerge? What's the tactical tempo that no one has even dreamed of yet? That is the question that's going to define the future of this beautiful game.